Hello, everybody. This is Teacher Levy. Today I am making part two of the Slow English Plants vocabulary. I went out, I collected plants, and I put them in the food dehydrator. This is a food dehydrator. So today I'll show what they look like and what has happened in about 3 days. About 3 days. Also, I have lessons available. Notice available on italki, a separate platform. So if you want, you can go to the description and book a one-on-one lesson. Also, I have my Instagram there if you want to follow me. So, let me show you what the plants look like. I spoke about the element or the importance. Notice importance, we can say importance of the environment. Dark environment. So these plants maintained their color. You can see this is the stinging nettle. To maintain is to keep. They maintained their color. We'll look at these are the walnut leaves. They didn't turn brown. They didn't turn brown. They maintained their green color, and they're dry. You can hear they're dry. We also have the yarrow, which we picked last time. And these are also not the same color, but close to what they were in the first video. We'll show when we put these into glass jars that even the glass jars have a dark tint or a brown color. A tint is a shade. So if you have tinted windows in your car, you have windows which are a darker shade. Sometimes you can't see through the glass. So these will go into a tinted or brown colored glass jar where they will be stored. To keep something in one place for a long time, you can say, we are storing it or to store it somewhere. Okay, so we are back. I am in the kitchen. I wanted to showcase is to show these jars, which are tinted. They're not see-through. If you have see-through glass, you can see directly through. This is tinted. It helps block the light, to block the light from getting or reaching the herbs. So these preserve. To preserve is to maintain or keep them in a better condition. Also, I wanted to show the olive oil. You know, extra virgin olive oil usually comes in a tinted glass as well for the same reason. Most of you will have olive oil for cooking or salad, to make salad, and we'll put these plants that I picked into the jars. But first, I will show some other herbs that I have here in these, and I'll quickly give some vocabulary in case you like tea or herbs. So this one is lemongrass. You can see it doesn't look very special, but it has a nice smell. So I talked about if we smell, we can also say sniff. Those are similar. I should also mention this lemongrass is good for helping you fall asleep, to fall asleep. Some people experience insomnia. Insomnia is when you can't sleep or can't fall asleep. Notice can't. I will talk in a different video about can or can't because a lot of people have commented. I have read the comments about those two words specifically, can or can't. But until I make the video, you can practice saying can't just so people don't get confused. Notice don't get confused. You can say can't. So if you can't fall asleep, you can make a tea from this, drink it before sleep. It should help. I don't have a problem with that. So from personal experience, I can't comment. Notice if you try something yourself, you have personal experience. So we can say from personal experience or from my personal experience, I can't comment. To comment is to say something about. I can't comment anything for the lemongrass, but it does smell good. Then we have mint. I will, it looks the same or similar. This is mint. Again, the smell is terrific. I love to say terrific, but we can also say great. Notice great. We can say great or fabulous, fabulous, or amazing, or fantastic. This is a great smell. This mint or mint, this mint or mint tea is very refreshing, especially in the summertime. So now it is warm. Perhaps where you live, it might be cold, but you can make tea from this, put it in the fridge with ice cubes and lemon slices or some lemon juice. And it is a good refreshing drink without sugar even. You can drink it without sugar. So that is mint or mint tea. And the last one is linden. Linden is again a similar look. You can see the leaves inside. Notice the leaves aren't fully broken, so they maintain a similar size as when you pick them off the tree. So if we don't crush these leaves before placing them into the jar, they remain more potent. Potent is strong or powerful. We can say potent. They remain more potent if they are not crushed.
before putting them into the jar. So we'll put the ones which I picked into the empty, that is empty jars. I have 2 empty jars. So I'll start with the yarrow. I'll take out the yarrow from the basket. We'll break it. Notice we will break it into maybe 3 parts, just so it fits into the jar, and I can close the lid. This is the lid. I can close the lid. So I'll break them into 3 parts. And while I'm doing this, I will also mention that people have commented to have a conversation where I speak with a native and talk about different topics, perhaps. And I'll do the walnut leaves. Look how big these are. So I will do that. I'm curious, would it be better? Would it be better to speak in a regular pace? A pace is speed, a regular pace or slower paced, or just normal conversation. I was thinking I could speak in slow English, similar to this speed, and somebody else could speak in a regular speed. And perhaps that will balance the conversation. So you will hear the regular speed and you could hear me speaking slowly. But let me know in the comments what is the better idea, to speak quickly or regular, or to have me speak slower and the other person speak normal. Then we'll do the stinging nettle. This is the last. You can see how these dehydrated. They dried out and they still have the spikes. I don't know if you can see the spikes, which is why they call them stinging nettle. So when I was touching or grabbing them earlier, they were stinging my hands, my arms. But these are very unique. They have a unique flavor. I have tried it before. Now, as a final step in the process of plants and herbs, I will be making a mint tea or mint tea. Sometimes we say, I'm going to make, and people shorten or shorten and say, I'm gonna make. Gonna is okay, it is less formal. Going to is more clear and formal. If you are talking with close friends, you can say gonna. I'm gonna make a tea. But if you're having an interview, you can say going to. I'm going to perform well at this company. So we'll make the mint tea and put it in the fridge and drink it later. We will take a sip. So the water, notice water is starting to boil. When the bubbles, these are bubbles, are coming up, it will begin to boil, and then we will put the tea into the water. So now we are reaching the point where I will turn off the heat and add the tea leaves to the water. So this is about a liter or a little more of water in here. Notice liter, we can say liter. I'll turn off, I'll turn off the heat. So now I turned off the heat. These leaves are already in very small pieces, so I don't need to break them up anymore. I'll add more than this. Do we want to add the stem? Is a question. This is the stem. Yes, we can put it into the water, and this is enough for the tea. Then we will stir it, but we don't have to, and put on the lid. This is not a perfect fit, but it will work. So, just in case you would like to make mint tea at home, I will share what's next. We will wait 10 minutes first, and then we will strain or drain the tea into this pitcher, and then wait for it to cool down. So when the temperature goes down, we can say it will cool down to room temperature, and then I'll put it, I'll put it into the fridge, or we can say the refrigerator. Now the tea is steeping. To steep is when the leaves are soaking in the water. So we will wait 10 minutes while the leaves are steeping, and then we will drain it and put it in the fridge after it reaches room temperature. Now, after 10 minutes, we will strain the tea. This is a mesh strainer. We talked about mesh earlier. This material is mesh. And this is the tea. And I will strain the tea. So you can see the brown color. Now we'll let this sit for some time until it reaches room temperature. Because we are leaving this here, we can say we will let this sit until it reaches room temperature. Okay, so we have the finished product. This is the iced tea with lemons and some ice cubes. These are ice cubes and slices of lemon and the mint tea. I also added honey. I remember I said no sugar, but honey is a healthier alternative. So we're choosing something else. Work alternatives, food alternatives. So let's give it a shot. Let's give it a try. Let's try it out. I will pour myself a glass of iced tea, and I like lemon, but I'll do that later. I will take a sip. Delicious.
Also refreshing. Remember, if you have a drink during the summer, you can say it is very refreshing. This is a refreshing cup of iced tea or glass of iced tea. And I hope you learned something. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have further suggestions or other recommendations, leave them in the comments. And I saw a suggestion about doing vocabulary for boats or being on a boat, working on a boat. Notice boat. So I will work on getting that video out as well. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and talk to you next time. Bye bye.